there's never an excuse. No matter how much trauma a man has, there is never an excuse to lay hands and hurt a woman, physically or...
I feel really lucky to be working in this industry, and even more fortunate to have had the chance to stay in it for so long. What excites me most are the projects that have real arcs, beginnings, middles, and ends, not just a meet the character and move on kind of story. For those familiar with both shows, Abbott carries a very specific family tone, while Sunny has a completely different, non-family vibe. In other Hollywood news, Popreme is back with a bombshell that's sending fans and insiders into a frenzy. Rumors are swirling around Rob McElhenney, who reportedly finds himself at the center of fresh drama involving Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. Known for his quick wit and charming persona, is said to be uneasy about Justin Baldoni's rising fame. While it may seem like a stretch, recent hints from Rob, who has developed a close creative and personal relationship with Ryan over the years, suggest there could be real tension behind the scenes. What began as quiet whispers has now erupted into a major talking point, raising questions about whether there's more to the friction between Ryan and Blake, possibly linked to Ryan's jealousy of Justin. Adding fuel to the fire, insiders speculate that Ryan's insecurities might be intensifying conflicts between Blake and Justin, potentially setting the stage for a messy public showdown and legal complications for a while. Ryan and Rob were inseparable. They teamed up to purchase a soccer club, documented the adventure in a feel-good series, and shared undeniable chemistry in interviews and across social media. Fans loved watching their playful banter, so the idea that Rob could spill dirt on Ryan seemed impossible until now. Rumors suggest that despite his admiration for Ryan's comedic genius, Rob may have hinted that Ryan was bothered by Justin Baldoni's growing presence, especially during the filming of It Ends With Us, where Blake Lively's role was expected to be a major career milestone. Blake joined a creative team led by Justin, who directed, co-art, and starred in the film. On paper, it looked like a perfect Hollywood pairing. Blake's elegance and star power were meant to shine a spotlight on the project, while Justin's emotional storytelling skill made him the ideal collaborator. Early interviews and press releases overflowed with positivity, highlighting phrases like collaborative energy and shared vision, with both Blake and Justin praising their commitment to honoring the novel's heartfelt narrative. Ryan's public response initially seemed supportive, with cheerful comments about eagerly anticipating his wife's next big career move. But as production progressed, subtle rumors began surfacing, cryptic remarks, sly comments, and whispers hinting at tension behind the scenes. Some attributed the unease to Justin's busy schedule. Others suggested Blake wasn't fully aligning with Justin's leadership style. Few suspected that Ryan's discomfort might be a major factor until Rob's rumored remarks brought the situation into sharper focus. Insiders claim Rob noticed competitive sparks whenever Ryan and Justin interacted. Sources say he observed Ryan's usually easygoing comedic demeanor clashing with a more serious, competitive side. Privately, Rob allegedly commented on how Ryan might feel overshadowed by Justin's ability to command attention, especially in a space focused on emotional storytelling, where Ryan's comedic style doesn't directly compete. Just when the drama seemed intense enough, it escalated further. Blake now finds herself at the center of a legal debacle overshadowing the entire It Ends With Us production. A series of disputes with Justin culminated in shocking accusations, and the surprising departure of Blake's trusted attorney. Blake claims Justin deliberately leaked damaging rumors portraying her as a diva on set. Given Hollywood's history of strategic leaks, many initially found her claims believable. The story took a dramatic twist when Justin's team released text messages showing Blake Lively joking about her influential connections in Ryan Reynolds and hinting that she could leverage these allies if her creative ideas were dismissed. While the tone was playful, the implications were clear. Blake's star power, combined with Ryan's massive comedic influence and network of friends, could shape post-production decisions, marketing strategies, and even public perception. At first, Ryan's name seemed like a casual mention, easily dismissed as him being the supportive husband. But as whispers grew louder, questions began surfacing. Could Ryan be feeling uneasy behind the scenes? Rumors suggested he saw Justin Baldoni as a threat, someone capable of connecting with audiences on a deeper emotional level. While this didn't diminish Ryan's comedic talent, Justin's emotional storytelling created a different kind of allure that reportedly made Ryan uncomfortable. As production continued, everything began to click. If Ryan harbored reservations about Justin's involvement, that discomfort could have trickled into Blake's complaints, unintentionally escalating tensions. Reports from the set described scheduling chaos, constant script revisions, and clashing creative visions. Crew members noted that Blake initially requested additional takes for creative reasons, but later argued the production was failing to capture the story's emotional depth. The story evolved further with each leak and insider whisper. Questions arose. Was Blake protecting her husband's image by shifting blame onto Justin? Was Ryan's alleged jealousy driving a wedge between the collaborators? Or was Blake asserting control herself while Ryan's feelings became collateral damage? Rob McElhenney emerged as a key figure in the drama, known for his blunt humor, Rob was reportedly overheard at a private event speaking candidly about Ryan's complicated emotions, suggesting that the usually unflappable comedic star might not be as composed behind the scenes as his public persona indicated. Meanwhile, the conflict between Blake and Justin intensified. The situation escalated when Blake's longtime attorney unexpectedly departed, adding fuel to the fire. Blake accused Justin of deliberately leaking damaging rumors portraying her as difficult on set, a claim that initially seemed plausible given Hollywood's history of strategic leaks, but the release of Blake's texts painted a very different picture. She appeared confident in her ability to leverage her connections, including Ryan, to protect her creative vision. As the rumors grew, Ryan's role transformed from a supporting footnote to a central question mark. Observers speculated that he might perceive Justin as a rival, someone whose emotional storytelling resonated with audiences in ways Ryan's comedic style did not. This dynamic, insiders say, could have indirectly influenced Blake's complaints, further complicating relationships on set. Ultimately, the production spiraled under the weight of these pressures. Script rewrites, scheduling conflicts, and creative disagreements created an environment of mounting tension. Behind the scenes, the drama intensified with every leak, every rumor, and every subtle whisper turning what should have been a straightforward project into a heist Hollywood saga. Blake Lively's attorney filed shocking documents accusing Justin Baldoni of disregarding her comfort during intimate scenes and even making comments about her postpartum body. Public opinion initially leaned toward Blake, but Justin's team swiftly countered, releasing text exchanges that painted a different picture. In them, Justin had been checking in on Blake's comfort, even referencing his own back condition to show solidarity. The conflicting accounts pushed tensions to a new high, casting Blake's story in a more questionable light. Then came an unthinkable twist. Blake's trusted attorney, renowned for handling high-profile celebrity cases, didn't just leave quietly, they publicly distanced themselves from her, subtly questioning her version of events. In the legal world, this was a bombshell. Attorneys rarely make moves like this. The message was unmistakable. Something wasn't adding up. Blake's credibility had been severely undermined by the very person responsible for defending her. The attorney's statement hinted at crucial evidence contradicting her claims, transforming the story from a simple Blake versus Justin feud into a tangled web of uncertainty. The shockwaves were deafening. Talk shows debated the ethical implications of representing a client whose credibility was in question, while social media buzzed with speculation about how these revelations could impact Blake's career. At the same time, the rumor about Ryan Reynolds' jealousy of Justin grew louder. If Ryan truly felt overshadowed by Justin's rising prominence, would he continue backing Blake's claims, or would he face a difficult choice once her credibility was publicly challenged? Meanwhile, Justin appeared to take the high road. He released unedited text messages, demonstrating transparency, concern for the film's integrity, and respect for collaboration. His comments about Blake were unusually considerate, emphasizing sincerity and regret that a production meant to honor a beloved novel had spiraled into chaos. Ironically, each new release strengthened Justin's position while gradually eroding Blake's. If Blake, perhaps influenced by Ryan's insecurities, had been attempting to portray Justin as manipulative or controlling, the strategy backfired, as the evidence consistently showed him acting thoughtfully and professionally. Throughout the saga, Ryan largely remained silent regarding Justin, and that silence only fueled speculation. Rob McElhenney's rumored comments offered a glimpse into emotions Ryan might have preferred to keep private, leaving fans to wonder, was the comedic genius quietly battling jealousy, or simply staying out of a firestorm he didn't want to ignite? About a month ago, the drama hit home even more personally. Ryan, known for his comedic wit, playful social media antics, and clever marketing, was reportedly taking a step back from public commentary. Rumors suggested he had been supporting Blake behind the scenes, urging her to stand firm. Yet whispers now indicate he may be quietly reassessing her legal strategy. Especially after seeing Justin's unfiltered texts, his public appearances started to dwindle, initially dismissed as scheduling conflicts or a desire to avoid overshadowing Blake, but the tension became increasingly hard to ignore. If the rumors of Ryan's jealousy hold any weight, it's possible he kept a low profile deliberately, avoiding confrontation and further speculation about his complex relationship with Justin. The industry's reaction has been swift and unforgiving. When someone as high profile as Blake Lively faces backlash, it sends ripples through studios and productions. She had been in talks for several major projects, but the growing cloud of uncertainty over her credibility and the potential for negative publicity forced producers to reconsider. Once sought after for her box office pull, Blake now faced an unpredictable landscape. At the same time, Ryan Reynolds' spotless public image built on clever comedic campaigns and charitable work stood in stark contrast. If even a hint of the rumors about his unease is true, suggesting that his feelings may have influenced Blake's actions, he could now be painted as part of an effort to discredit another star. With new details continuing to emerge, the reputational damage could be lost. Meanwhile, Rob McElhenney's role in the unfolding saga remained surprisingly pivotal. His partnership with Ryan, especially their community-focused soccer club venture, has been praised for its authenticity and shared values. If Rob is speaking out about Ryan's alleged jealousy, it could reflect a friendship rooted in honesty or indicate that the tension had become so obvious that silence was no longer an option. Either way, Rob's perspective adds fuel to the fire of speculation. Could the entire legal mess between Blake and Justin be less about creative differences and more about personal insecurities? At the center of the turmoil is the still unfinished film. Originally expected to be a major hit due to the novel's massive fan base, Justin aimed to preserve the book's emotional depth, leveraging his experience in heartfelt storytelling. Blake, with her A-list status, was supposed to add polish and visibility, while Ryan, though not central to the production, was present in the background, either offering support or subtly signaling disapproval, potentially influencing public perception. But what should have been a celebrated project has spiraled into a high-stakes dispute. Personal dynamics, whispers of rivalry, and behind-the-scenes tension now dominate what was meant to be a straightforward production. Blake's once untouchable reputation hangs in the balance, with accusations of manipulated evidence threatening to tarnish her image. Meanwhile, Justin, once cast as the villain, is emerging as the more sympathetic figure, carefully presenting evidence that undercuts the negative narrative. And then there's Ryan, long seen as the charming, quick-witted marketer. He may now be quietly wrestling with his own turmoil regarding Justin. If the rumors are true, his discomfort remained hidden until Rob's remarks brought it to light, leaving everyone wondering what else might be simmering beneath the surface. In the fast-moving entertainment world, the focus could soon shift to another scandal, or the film might ultimately stand or fall on its own merits. For now, the drama, rivalries, and leaked messages continue to dominate the conversation, keeping Hollywood and fans alike on edge. For now, all eyes are on Ryan Reynolds. Beneath his sharp comedic jabs and supportive retweets, could he actually be grappling with Justin Baldoni's growing influence? If Rob McElhenney truly revealed hidden tension, the big question becomes whether Ryan, Blake, and Justin can navigate the fallout with grace. Fans are watching eagerly, knowing that every rumor, every offhand comment, and every social media post could hold a clue to something far deeper. What began as a tense dispute between Blake and Justin has snowballed into a much larger story, one filled with personal insecurities, professional rivalries, and the delicate interplay between some of Hollywood's biggest stars. And it all may have been set in motion by one unexpected remark from Rob McElhenney, proving just how quickly a small whisper can explode into massive speculation.